Hello and welcome to the Garnet Valley football broadcast. Thank you for tuning in to today's game. Garnet Valley is home tonight taking on Upper Darby. Looks to be a close game. Both teams are 1-0 after winning their first game. Garnet Valley looks to keep that momentum going with another home game. Taking a look at the standings, and the only loss that stands out to me is Marple Newtown lost in a thriller 18-19 point game. And Upper Darby shut out their opponent, winning 35-0. So Garnet Valley's elite offense is going to have to do some work against this tough Upper Darby defense. And something that caught all of our eye in the booth, Garnet Valley's Jag Nation fan section was phenomenal, ran by John McLaughlin, Con O'Brien, and Austin Lachlan this year. Last week's theme was Hawaiian Night, and did they live it up? Everyone dressed properly. It's been years since we've seen such an excited fan base. And in other news, former Hurricane Harvey, absolute destruction in southeast Texas, parts of Louisiana, and even as far north as Tennessee, as there is flash flooding going on last night. No major destruction reported there as of yet, but taking a look at these videos, this was the scene in Houston, Texas. Highways and roads turned into rivers of rapidly flowing water, leaving hundreds stranded, thousands in shelters, and as many as 100 people dead or injured. And this is not even the official death toll yet. You can see this frame, boats everywhere, volunteers, random people asked, if you have a boat, please come out and help us, as thousands of rescues were carried out. And absolute destruction was left behind. This was taken in Holiday, Texas. Debris fills the highways, trailer park homes, apartments, local businesses destroyed. We're praying for everyone in Texas. If you would like to help out, the Garnet Valley cheer team is taking donations. Please reach out to one of them and ask how you could help.
Yeah, it didn't have the crossbones.
Garnet Valley versus Westchester Ruston. Ruston got things started, and they were certainly in preseason form. You see a fumble on their first drive. A few plays later, quarterback under pressure. He's going to take a sack. That's a good start for Garnet Valley. Here they are, their first drive with the ball. Hamby back to throw. Something we haven't seen often, the Garnet Valley offense throwing. He connects with John Rickey, breaks a few tackles, gets yards. Play later, Lassick does his thing, spins off the tackle. He'll break free from the pile and get into the end zone for a touchdown, making it 7-0. Ruston looking to answer. Garnet Valley's side of the field. Quarterback forced to run. He's taken down around the 39-yard line. This forced a punt. Garnet Valley with their turn. Nowhere going. That was their fourth down play. They were bold, went for it. Here Ruston is the following drive. Dropped by the receiver. They could not take advantage of Garnet Valley's failed fourth down conversion. So here Hamby is throwing. Incomplete. He had a receiver open down the middle. Chose to go to Guy. A few plays later, after a few short runs, Hamby goes back again and connects with John Rickey for the second time. This time it's a touchdown, making the score 13-0. The extra point was blocked. Here Ruston is, running back gets around the outside, breaks a few tackles, nice stiff arm, gets inside the 20-yard line. Big run for Ruston, down 13-0, looking for momentum. Quarterback takes another sack. Garnet Valley defense looking spectacular. The field goal was blocked. Garnet Valley with the big return on this got over the 50-yard line after a nice return, broke a few tackles, gets down around the 30-yard line. Great play by Garnet Valley. Now, we do not have tape, but Garnet Valley did run in for a touchdown. This was a two-point conversion, no good, making the score 19-0. Garnet Valley looking to run out the clock here, up 19-0. Ruston strips the ball from the running back while standing up, scores in touchdown. The extra point was good, making the score 19. Great win for Garnet Valley, 1-0 to Garnet Valley versus West.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. From Mo to Frank Field at Garnet Valley, this is Don Mink, along with Pat Patterson, Jerry Montella, Joe Ruck, and Billy Vinci bringing you tonight's game versus the Upper Darby Royals. Garnet Valley is 1-0 after defeating Westchester Ruston last week, and the Royals are 1-0 after beating Monsignor Bonner last week. Pat, we've both seen video of Upper Darby. They're a very athletic team.
Yeah, year in and year out, there's always a bunch of good athletes on Upper Darby. Last couple years, they really put things together. Had a good run through the Central League. Even played for the Central League title on Thanksgiving against Haverford 2 years ago. And look for more of the same tonight. Jaguars looked very solid and I'd say balanced on offense with their 96% run and 4% pass.
Yeah.
We talked to the coach about that earlier. But Upper Darby, very, very good quarterback, very athletic quarterback. And we'll see what's happening. We're underway.
B-Wee kicks off, and it's down at the 30. It's like one of the up men, number 28. Brendan Boyce or Rory Glacken. Upper Darby won the toss and deferred to the second half, so I guess they're confident with their defense. Garnet Valley will run their triple option. Upper Darby seems to have jumped.
Jaguars only one penalty last week. Couldn't say the same for Ruston. Ruston was a little bit snake bit, especially when they got into Jaguar territory. And now Upper Darby
jumps offside on the first play.
Opening the game with that's an easy way to get 5 yards. Give yourself a first and 5.
Hamby hands off to the second man through. Picks up a first down. That's Danny Guy. Picks up 7 at the 42, 1st and 10. Tegetoff makes the tackle, number 15 for the Royals. Hamby under center.
Oh, still up.
Still going. Good ball faking. I was sure that Hamby dropped back the pass. Gain of 6 by Lassick.
Lassick up the middle again. 179 yards rushing last week.
Yes, indeed.
And there were some tough yards there all last week, and expect that again tonight.
Straight ahead is Danny Guy. He picks up 3, just short of the first down, into Upper Darby territory. Oh, they're placing it back at right at the 50.
Those guys up front, again, that's Tommy Mahoney at center, Shomo and Early on one side, and McCullough and Adigwe on the other.
First down. Guy goes for about 6, 8 yards. Garnet Valley has done nothing tricky.
Running their base offense here, getting the first guy through. Just enough daylight to no big plays yet, but 3 first downs. Oop.
Hamby was back to pass, struggled to get it back to the line of scrimmage, came up about a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage. It will be
The linebacker,
2nd and 11.
Number 45, Justin O'Donnell, blitzing there, but the big guys in the middle of the line got through. Derek Corboy in the Jaguar backfield on that play.
Hamby might be changing the play. Gives it off to Lassick, and Lassick's hit immediately by Tegetov. 3rd and 11.
Take it off that inside linebacker spot there, just flying up, making that play.
Mike Rickey in his 31st year. Rich Boyd in his 13th year. And Jeff Allison has been the defensive coordinator since 2010. So a solid coaching staff. Straight up the middle is Lassick. He gets just short of the 35-yard line. It will be 4th and about 2. Got 8 yards on the play. It's 4th and 3. Garnet Valley's going to go for it.
Apparently.
They could see if they can get Upper Darby to jump off sides.
Yep. That's
4th and 3.5. Bad snap.
And there's a penalty.
There is a flag on the play.
And Upper Darby's not leaving the field, so they're...
It must have been before the snap.
I guess you could call that a break for the Jaguars.
Now they're going to punt. Jason Rose is on to punt. Had some problems with his leg this week, but he's in there to punt.
Number 32, Jake Morin, in there to snap.
Good snap. Ball's away. Straight up. Lands at the 20. 15. And rolls dead inside the 15-yard line.
Good Jaguar bounce there as they change possessions. We want to welcome you to our new Jaguar internet broadcast featuring a game sponsor every week. This week it's Brad Hendrickson and the Hendrickson family at Garnet Ford, right on 202 in Concordville. Garnet Valley alumni all. Brad, class of 87, football player. We'll talk more about them a little later.
Shotgun, straight ahead. There's number 5, Quaron Davis. He rushed for 82 yards last week. The quarterback,
Gouch.
pronounced Gooch, I believe.
Is it?
Yes, it's spelled Gouch, pronounced Gooch. Rushed for 106.
It's like ruck and rook, right?
Quick toss to the outside.
Ooh.
Good block on the outside. First down.
Play set up very well there. Just a quick screen to the outside. Nazir Greer. Just, they don't have the heights and weights, but little guy out there on the flank gave him all the space he needed for number 6 to Jalen Camille to make a first down.
Shotgun again. Handoff straight ahead. Running hard.
Jaguars to contain this Upper Darby
Quaron
defense.
Davis.
They're going to have to do a lot better job than they did last year on keeping the play inside the hash marks. They, when Ruston was successful last week, it was because they were getting to the edge, and Garnet Valley's defensive contain breaks down. They could experience all kinds of trouble with Gooch and some of these skill position players.
2nd and 2.
If they can't keep the edge.
Good tackle, good gang tackle.
Zeke Alicio.
And Mark Moriarty.
Mark Moriarty, a senior, number 54. He's 5'8", 195.
So a loss of about 4 or 5. It's 3rd and 7. Another pass to the outside. Dropped. Ball skipped into him. Intended for Greer. And it'll be 4th down. So with that loss of yardage on that one running play, Garnet Valley will get possession again after this kick by Bewey.
Whoop.
High snap. Kick is away. Oh, it's high floating punt. Taken. Up the sideline. Got the lane. Still has the lane. Inside the 25-yard line.
Kevin Doherty.
Kevin Doherty.
I think that was your typical picket fence wall play setup, and typically you see those receivers run a reverse there, but that was kicked kind of right into the wall. Doherty just smartly abandoned that play and took it up that side and got as much as he could. Jags in business here.
35-yard
red zone.
35-yard run. Danny Guy inside the 10, inside the 5.
Last week it was Lassick getting all the carries. This week Danny Guy carrying a lot of the load in the first quarter.
22-yard run that time by Guy. Good power blocking on the right side. Shane Van Horn is the tight end on this side. Lassick. Fights for a yard.
The Jags, good slant. Everybody kind of slanted to the inside. Would have been a good time to bounce right outside to the corner.
Temperature-wise, a great night for football. It's about 64 degrees at game time on September 1st.
2 tight ends in now.
Lassick tries it again. Another yard.
Still does not like to go down. Keep those legs moving.
3rd down.
All right, let's...
3rd and goal with the 3. 2 tight ends, Ricky and Van Horn.
Good time for a play action.
Toss to Danny Guy, and he's into the end zone. Oh, they're saying he's short.
What?
I thought his shoulder pads were well in.
Wow.
4th
I'd
and
like
a
to
foot.
see that one again. All right, well, this one belongs to your lineman up front. As we said last week, there's nobody up there under 240 pounds. They need to get off the ball, and whether it's a quarterback sneak or anything else, they should be able to push this one across. So a good early battle of the wills of these two offense and defensive lines here.
Quarterback sneak, and he's in. They gave him the room they needed, Pat.
Yep. Good push off the ball by Mahoney, and on the right side over there was Shomo. Just
Jason Rose to kick. Cole Palace is the holder. The kick is up. Hits the upright. It's no good.
wow. Jags.
It was at the top of the upright. It was well struck. It just wasn't straight enough.
Yeah. That's a minor disappointment, but good defensive stand, good punt return, set up that short scoring drive for the Jags. Fairly mistake-free and take a 6-0 lead here. 3 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the quarter. Again, tonight's game brought to you by Garnet Ford, and that touchdown once again brought to you by Joseph Anthony Retreat Salon and Spa in Glen Mills, Pennsylvania. $100 will be donated to some cause. What's that
for
cause?
every touchdown.
To the football program.
Little pop-up kickoff taken, dropped at the 30.
Number 4, Brylan Brown. It's too easy. Came up and just mesmerized him.
I saw them practicing kickoffs before the game. They don't want to hit it deep to Marsan Wee or
nope.
or Caron Davis. So straight up the middle. Defense holds. About a 2-yard gain. Davis is 5'10", 183.
I'd run that number 6 all night long. There's nobody on it. Now he's coming up. Now he's going back. Look at that.
Keeper. Oh, block to the outside.
Yeah.
And he got outside.
Nice athletic play by Gooch. As soon as that cornerback took a step inside, number 3, Nazir Greer, just had to stand there and be a shield.
And that's just what he did.
Yeah.
3rd and 1.
Whoop.
Ball snapped high. Trying to get outside.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he's in no man's land. Running around is
Nick Westberg ran him down.
Josh Gooch tried to find daylight, and from a 3rd and 1, they lost 21 yards. It's now 4th and 22.
He ran about 60
4th and
yards on
18.
that play, but he lost 10.
Punt formation. High, floating kick, fair catch. Inside midfield,
Ooh.
and he's knocked down,
Nah.
and no flag. Yeah.
Sign him up. Nominate him for an Emmy. Who's that? That's Cole Palace. One of the players came by and stuck an arm out, and Cole Palace did a nice spinning move to the ground, looking for the flag. But
Davin Gilmore was the player that touched him. So Garnet Valley takes over in its own 48-yard line, 1st and 10. 1:31 left to go in the first quarter. Garnet Valley leads 6-0. Guy off left tackle, gets to the outside. First down,
almost.
inside the 40. Lassick leading the charge downfield. 13-yard gain.
I'll tell you that the linebacker there, number 52, Richard Tagiki, if he didn't make that stop, then Guy's off to the races. It was good. Good finish by him, number 54, number 52.
Guy again. picks up about 5.
One minute left in the first quarter.
Ball's at the 34-yard line of the Royals.
Guy's got 60 yards on it.
Danny Guy has 60 yards rushing thus far here in the first quarter.
7 carries.
Lassick picks up the first. Inside the 25.
9-yard gain.
9-yard gain.
Nice hole right up the middle. Jaguars offensive line controlling a, not that they're undersized by any stretch, but Upper Darby's defensive line goes pretty big as well. Jags winning that battle in the
5
trenches
seconds
right now.
left. And they got the playoff. Lassick stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now Hamby, Hamby carried out the fake and continued downfield.
Yeah,
We might see that later.
Yeah. I mean, this is Coach Boyd is very patient with his offensive strategy. He really works that kind of the bread and butter of that triple option, and really waits till teams start to commit one way or another, and then they start to gash them, working the other ends of that option play. So we'll see if they keep that up this time.
Garnet Valley rushed 14 times for 68 yards in the first quarter.
No passes?
No passes. I think Hamby was going to attempt a pass.
Oh,
but
right. They had no time. As they switch sides of the field, we will once again thank tonight's sponsor of the game, Garnet Ford. Lots of Labor Day specials going on out on the for car dealers this year. I'm sure Garnet Ford is no different than everybody else. But more than that, they are very invested in this community for a long, long time. Grew up here and do business here, and always appreciate their support of our broadcasts for the last 10 years, and also this Garnet Valley football program that they are so much a part of.
Second generation.
Yeah.
Garnet Ford.
That was going to be the second pass attempt.
Justin O'Donnell was right on Hamby's ankles as he was about to throw that pass.
Yeah, it just came in from outside linebacker there. And
3rd and 12. Hamby gives off straight ahead to Danny Guy, who gets back to the original line of scrimmage. 4-yard gain. It'll be 4th and 9 at the Upper Darby 24-yard line. Wide receiver comes in.
Jack Bush.
Jack Bush comes in. Tight end comes out.
Rory Glacken on the left flank over here. Oh,
There's a penalty.
Looks
and
like
Garnet
against
Valley's-
Upper Darby.
They were lined up offsides.
Wow.
So, 4th and 4.
Penalties help the Jags again here.
Now Shane Van Horn, the second tight end, comes in.
Yeah, they
And
were
the wide receiver comes out.
they were going to throw the ball there. No surprise, 4th and 9. Rory Glacken stays in and splits wide right.
Straight ahead.
Oh.
Danny Guy, touchdown. 19-yard. Nice hole opened up, and he just sprinted through it.
Yep.
Garnet Valley is going to continue to show these spreads prior to extra points to see what the opponent does. They might just go for 2 if the opponent doesn't adapt. But they're going to kick the extra point here. Palace gets it down, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. Garnet Valley leads 13-0 with 10:19 left to go in the first half.
Danny Guy on the score, second score of the night. That touchdown also brought to you by Joseph Anthony Retreat Salon and Spa in Glen Mills on Route 1. Joseph Gagliotti, proprietor. The Jags are into him for $500
Yes.
already in the early goings of the season.
Danny Guy has 79 yards rushing, almost 10 yards per carry thus far. Squib kick, high hop,
Oh boy.
taken at the 20 by number 3.
Oh.
That's Nasir Greer,
Nice job.
27.
Defensive end Adam Oldrati on the coverage.
I know the game plan was to keep the ball away from the deep backs. That squib bounced right to a deep back. Upper Darby comes out over the ball at their own 27-yard line, trailing 13-0. Quarterback keeper,
Yeah, there.
and Garnet Valley was all over that play.
Yeah, it was a read option, and it just took too long to happen. And Gooch really had nowhere to go. Jaguar defense pretty well disciplined right there, didn't commit.
Here's Gooch again, keeping it, and he's hemmed in. 3 Garnet Valley tacklers on the play.
Zach Schenkel out there wrestling with him. Had him corralled in the backfield, but got a
I think.
stiff arm that he thought was a face mask.
Yes, he came up talking to the official,
Yeah.
holding his face mask, saying, "They got me." 3rd and 12. Back to pass is Gooch. Throws it deep down the sideline. Incomplete. Intended for Greer.
Got Westberg on the coverage.
So it'll be 4th down.
Westberg getting a workout, chasing Gooch around the backfield last time, and now ran a 60-yard pattern with.
Oh, they called interference.
What?
Where? I didn't even see the flag. Oh, way up here at the 40-yard line.
Huh. Wow. That's a shame. That was just good coverage. If he made that play, it would have been a great catch. But. All right.
Another.
Nice play by 75 to slow him down.
Yeah, that's 75. Cade Brennan penetrating into the backfield from defensive end position. Just got enough
And
to
Aldrati finished
slow
him
him
off.
up and let the cavalry arrive. Made good play.
2nd and 9. Back to pass.
Oh man,
He's very athletic. Josh Gooch made a lot of plays like that against Bonner last week where 2 or 3 guys got him. And
I'll tell you, as that defensive lineman, that is so frustrating when a guy can be that elusive. And that was Moriarty, the linebacker, blitzing through there, had a shot at him. Oldrade, the defensive end, had a shot, and he was slipped away.
3rd and 9. Man in motion and in a hurry. Gooch goes the other way, loses the ball. Garnet Valley
did Moriarty come up with
get
it?
the fumble.
Looked like number 54, Moriarty, was trying to sneak in and pull that ball out of there and run it in for a touchdown. But hey, either way, Jags in Upper Darby territory with the football again.
At the 37-yard line.
7 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the half.
Hamby hands it straight off. The guy, he picks up a couple. The Garnet Valley has not thrown a pass. They were going to throw 2 passes.
Twice. That's the one area where Upper Darby has stopped the Jaguars was on pass attempts.
Lassick picks up a few. He picks up 3, will be 3rd and 5.
Hanby does a real nice job committing to carrying out the fakes in this offense, whether handing off to that first guy and tucking it up. In that case, he was faking the handoff to the second man through.
Upper Darby jumps off sides.
Saw a lot of that from Upper Darby doing that to Bonner Prendy last week. Bonner Prendy jumping offside several times. And now Upper Darby having the same issue tonight.
Rory Glacken is in and Shane Van Horn comes out. 1st and 10. Here's a pass. And once again, he does not get the pass off.
Yeah, not sure if anybody was really open on that play.
Henry Becker makes the tackle. Loss of 6. The penetration's coming right up the middle, Pat, on each one of these.
Yeah, I think they got, as soon as they see him drop back, the linebackers are coming from somewhere, because I'm sure they haven't seen any short passes over the middle on film. So they're figuring they can
Hamby
commit.
Keeps. Gets inside the 25 to about the 22-yard line. Ball comes loose, but it was after the play. Hamby's first carry, and a good one. 12-yard carry. 3rd and about 3, or make it 4. Boy,
wow.
Oh boy.
That's the linebacker there. That's number 45. Just wants to be in that backfield and disrupt things. Justin O'Donnell.
And immediately Justin O'Donnell goes to the sideline.
Go think about it a little bit.
Garnet Valley with 2 wide receivers. To open it up, Lassick off right tackle. Picks up 7 inside the 10.
Nice job by the right side of the line there, including number 86, John Rickey, blocking on that play.
2nd at 3 at the Upper Darby 9.
Let's go on 2.
Hamby carried out that fake again, and Hamby was wide open.
Yeah.
Lassick picked up a couple. 2.
Derek Corboy, defensive lineman there, made a good play. Double tight. Van Horn in, Glacken out. Here's the long count.
Oh, what now?
What's he?
Oh, the official just telling Garnet Valley to get back off the. They're nowhere near the play.
No, I think he was
sideline warning.
I don't think it was as much about the players as it was about the coaches.
Yes,
they were getting a little bit onto the field there.
Hamby under center, Guy number 7, Lassick number 26. Mahoney the center. Hamby keeps.
Should be enough.
Inside the 5.
Yeah. First
Picks
down.
up 4 yards, first down. A timely keeper.
Yeah. We have our crack chain crew on the job again this year. See Steve Conrad over there supervising. Steve going to be inducted into the Garnet Valley Hall of Fame.
And deservedly
October.
so.
Very well deserved.
Lassick gets down to about the 1. Second and goal, 2:30 left to play in the half. Garnet Valley leads 13-0. Hamby hands straight off the Lassick, and he's into the end zone. 2-yard run.
2-yard run for Lassick. Said, I can't let Danny Guy have all the fun tonight. I got to get some too.
Garnet Valley 19-0.
Ooh.
Just got it through. Oh, no, he didn't get it through.
It's
a low snap. Cole Palace tried to get it down.
And there's a lot of heat coming, too, right off of that corner of the formation. Number 7, Jalen Camille, flying in there. I don't know if he gets into the line of sight, makes it rush a little bit. And, of course, Rose kind of dealing with a little bit of a hamstring or a groin injury, too, so maybe not quite 100%.
Probably can't follow through.
Yeah.
The snapper is Jake Morin, number 32, sophomore, Coach Ricky's nephew.
Father Mark Morin, a Mount Pleasant legend.
Going to on the Penn State on a lacrosse scholarship. Jason Rose about to hit the ball. Squibb down the middle. And it's taken by Greer. Up the middle. And he dives forward to about the 36.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure that's the guy they want to end up with the ball when they're doing that.
No, I know they're trying to have it bounce off one of the front men.
Oh, we got the Channel 6 helicopter flying overhead. And we had the NBC 10 news van here earlier. I don't know, was this the... Did it end up being the Blitz game of the week?
I don't know. I did see the van.
I voted early. Early and often, right, Rook?
Back to pass.
Oh.
Wide open. Into and out of the hands of Greer. Wide open at about the 45.
Good composure by Gooch with a handful of Jaguars in his face. Kind of got that ball out there on a nice line, but just couldn't hang on.
Just seeing if we have light for the second half, so I can read this. Screen pass, well set up and dropped. That's why we have Joe around. 3rd and 10. Upper Darby's trying to beat the clock, and they've had 2 incompletions.
Just over 2 minutes left in the half.
Wide spread, shotgun formation. Gooch takes the snap, fakes, back to throw. Here comes pressure, and it's incomplete.
Great job by Rose there, believe it or not. After that ball came out and got tipped, Rose tackled number 17. It was the only guy that might have had a chance to catch that football. It was Marsan Wee. Now the Jags will get to play the 2-minute drill here with the turnover.
Punt is away. And brought down immediately.
He's
good coverage.
Palace entertained the notion of pitching that ball.
Let's see if Garnet Valley wants to throw here in the last minute and 48 seconds.
I think I don't know how many timeouts they use any timeouts yet?
No, they have all 3.
I think they could try to test the outer edges here, see if they can get a big play.
Rose and Doherty are spread wide. Guy is in the slot. Lassick and Hamby are tackled immediately.
All right, that was the...
Now Garnet Valley calls timeout.
They were feeling them out there to see if everybody would pinch on the first back through. I wonder if Garnet Valley has had any time to put in some razzle dazzle. Is that your car?
My lights don't work.
Can't be. Jerry said it can't be his car. His lights don't work. Good thing he has outstanding night vision. There they go. The screen.
Oh, it's intercepted and taken in for a touchdown. Oh, no. He comes down short.
This is why it's
That was very well read.
Justin O'Donnell, number 45.
That's the redemption for his offside penalties, and there he was right in Latham's pocket as Hanby he read it all the way and took it right down to the 1-inch line. So just with a minute 30 left in the half, Upper Darby with a chance to grab some momentum going into the locker room, and they will get the ball back going
Gooch
into
goes in
to the second half as well.
behind 280-pound Corboy and 290-pound Williams. And we're looking at the final score of last week's game, 19-6.
Yeah. Also, well, that was actually a defensive score. This one set up by a big defensive play.
Greer will hold. Bewee is the kicker. Snap is high. Kick is up. And the kick is no good.
Oh.
Speaking of that 19-6 score last week, I saw that Westchester Ruston beat Westchester Henderson last night, 37-6. So Ruston recovered in a hurry from their loss to Garnet Valley. I don't think we'll see that tight screen anytime soon.
You may see it next year. You won't see Garnet Valley pass again this year.
Jerry Montel is predicting no passes the rest of the season for Garnet Valley. Palace and Doherty are back deep inside the 10-yard line. Bewee to kick. Bounces at the 20 and goes out of bounds. Garnet Valley will get it at the 35 on the penalty with 1:24 left to play in the first half.
100 grand they won.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a safe bet. Maybe we'll pass it, get the kids some confidence.
If they pass it, they'll pass it downfield.
Yeah.
John Ricky's got a perfect reception record so far. He's caught everything thrown to him.
And a TD.
Yeah.
Classic. Nice run. 2-3. He did 2 360s on that play. Gained 10 yards.
Jags right up on the ball. So there.
1:17 left to play.
No reason why they shouldn't be able to try to answer back here.
Ball's at their own 45. Lassick again. Straight ahead. 7-yard gain inside Royals territory at the 49-yard line. 48-yard line. Garnet Valley takes timeout again. They have one remaining.
Upload complete? Huh? I'm getting an upload.
Oh.
Nah, it's not gonna make it.
Nah.
I can try connecting it.
Thanks again to our game sponsor, Garnet Ford, the Hendrickson family. Route 202 in Concordville.
Longtime supporters of the Jags.
Longtime supporters of the Jags, the members of the team, members of the community. Sharon Westwood's been selling cars there for a long, long time. Still with them. Whoa.
Pass was incomplete. Not sure who it was intended for. It was about midway between two guys that were about 10 yards apart.
I guess you got to say that was intended for Justin Rose. Jason Rose.
Lassick gets the first down. That will stop the clock. Will they move the chains? 54 seconds left to play.
7 yards.
7-yard gain. Hamby back to throw. Throwing it deep and short, well short.
Oh,
and it was picked off.
Oh,
and it's fumbled.
Oh my God.
And who recovered?
That was one heck of a pinball play there.
One Upper Darby player intercepted it, hit hard, and the ball popped straight up in the air. Another Upper Darby player caught it, and he fumbled. And Garnet Valley recovered the fumble.
Oh, boy. It's a break, too.
Interception and a recovered fumble for Garnet Valley, and they move the chains in their favor.
That's the way they drew it up. That is that razzle dazzle play. 37 seconds left in the half.
28-yard gain. A 28-yard gain, if you will, on that play or exchange. Handed off to Lassick. He's tackled at 20. And Garnet Valley takes its last timeout with 30 seconds left to play in the first half. Leading 19-6. Garnet Valley's defense has been stout. The TD by Upper Darby was set up by a screen pass interception. Coach Paul Graham goes out on the field and relays a play that came down, obviously, from Rich Boyd up on top of us, up on the roof. Yep. He was hit, Hammy was hit just as he threw the ball by that same pest. He's really a pesky guy. Hey, Mo. How are you? Good to see you. The actual Mo DeFrank of Mo DeFrank Field has just come into the booth.
Oh, boy.
And departed just as quickly.
Oh, no.
Third down and 10.
Good time for another offside.
Hamby back to throw. Down the middle, incomplete. Intended for Kevin Doherty, but good coverage on the play.
Jag's not having a lot of time to throw here, but got to give a little credit to Upper Darby's defensive backfield. They're covering the Jags pretty tight.
Yeah. 37-yard field goal attempt by a Jason Rose, his leg is ailing.
Got to make sure they protect this corner.
The kick is up.
Plenty of leg.
And the kick is good.
Wow. Nice kick, Jason Rose. That makes up
37-yard field goal from Jason Rose. And that was set up by that interception, fumble recovery, a 28-yard exchange on the exchange of the ball.
Interception, forced fumble, tip drill recovery, big hit, another fumble, recovery by Garnet Valley. Other games around the region, Unionville is number 17th ranked in the PA Prep Top 20. They are facing off with Academy Park at Unionville. That's 0-0 in the first quarter.
Unionville had a big win last week against Springford.
Yeah, Springford was ranked, and Unionville really took it to them.
Greer gets to the outside. They didn't want to kick it to him, and that's why he out of bounds finally. They want to kick it low and let it roll, but they don't want it to go all the way back to Greer.
In some other Central League action, Conestoga is at Springfield Delco. Springfield, the number 12 ranked team in the top 20. 7-0 Springfield in the second quarter. North Penn over Downingtown East. Some District 1 action. 10-7 right now in the first quarter.
Gooch pass is incomplete. 3.4 seconds left to go in the half.
Strathaven leading Harriton 6-0 in the second quarter. The big game of the night, really, Haverford at number 19 Ridley. Haverford leads the Raiders 6-0 midway through the second quarter.
Garnet Valley will be traveling to Ridley next week.
Yes.
At 7 o'clock. Garnet Valley has rushed thus far 33 times for 154 yards.
Marple Newtown also in the second quarter against Pencrest, leading 7-0. Up in some Suburban 1 action, Neshaminy, who was down here for a scrimmage a couple weeks ago, leading Penridge 9-8 in the second quarter. Radnor all over Westchester East, 26-0. I think they scored a lot of points last week too.
Yes.
Radnor, so could have a sleeper in the Central League there with the Red Raiders of Radnor. Episcopal all over Bonner Prendy, 17-0. Not real surprised about that from watching the Upper Darby film.
Gooch will be putting it up, buying himself some time, moving around, gets to the outside, running, and
Still running,
and time runs out.
That's probably the best thing that could have happened.
Gooch was knocked out of bounds and came up into Jason Rose's face afterward.
He said,
after
"Why
the play
did you
to
knock
say,
me out of bounds?"
Yeah.
Decline, time's over. The Jags will head to the locker room with a 22-6 lead. Jags one mistake there on the screenplay about a minute and a half ago in football terms, about 15 minutes ago in real life. Upper Darby takes it right down to the 1 and is able to push it in to get their only score of the night. Jags 3 touchdowns and a field goal to get them up to a 22-6 lead. Again, playing very well on offense. Nothing spectacular, but driving the ball. Very long sustained drives, turning into touchdowns. Defense, again, just playing as well as they need to.
The defense has not given up a point yet this
Yeah.
season.
Well,
they scored
Technically,
here, but
they did, but
yeah.
I wouldn't hang that on them. So they, still doing what they need to do. So we will take a break and take you into the most anticipated halftime show in 3 towns. Ladies and gentlemen, your weatherman, Joe Rook.
Hello and welcome to the Garnet Valley football broadcast. Thank you for tuning in to today's game. Garnet Valley is home tonight taking on Upper Darby. Looks to be a close game. Both teams are 1-0 after winning their first game. Garnet Valley looks to keep that momentum going with another home game. Taking a look at the standings, and the only loss that stands out to me is Marple Newtown lost in a thriller 18-19 point game. And Upper Darby shut out their opponent, winning 35-0. So Garnet Valley's elite offense is going to have to do some work against this tough Upper Darby defense. And something that caught all of our eye in the booth, Garnet Valley's Jag Nation fan section was phenomenal, ran by John McLaughlin, Con O'Brien, and Austin Lachlan this year. Last week's theme was Hawaiian Night, and did they live it up? Everyone dressed properly. It's been years since we've seen such an excited fan base. And in other news, former Hurricane Harvey, absolute destruction in southeast Texas, parts of Louisiana, and even as far north as Tennessee, as there is flash flooding going on last night. No major destruction reported there as of yet, but taking a look at these videos, this was the scene in Houston, Texas. Highways and roads turned into rivers of rapidly flowing water, leaving hundreds stranded, thousands in shelters, and as many as 100 people dead or injured. And this is not even the official death toll yet. You can see this frame, boats everywhere, volunteers, random people asked, if you have a boat, please come out and help us, as thousands of rescues were carried out and absolute destruction was left behind. This was taken in Holiday, Texas. Debris fills the highways, trailer park homes, apartments, local businesses destroyed. We're praying for everyone in Texas. If you would like to help out, the Garnet Valley cheer team is taking donations. Please reach out to one of them and ask how you could help. Just Rustin got things started, and they were certainly in preseason form. You see a fumble on their first drive. A few plays later, quarterback under pressure. He's going to take a sack. That's a good start for Garnet Valley. Here they are, their first drive with the ball. Hamby back to throw. Something we haven't seen often, the Garnet Valley offense throwing. He connects with John Rickey, breaks a few tackles, gets yards. Play later, Lasek does his thing, spins off the tackle. He'll break free from the pile and get into the end zone for a touchdown, making it 7-0. Rustin looking to answer Garnet Valley's side of the field. Quarterback forced to run. He's taken down around the 39-yard line. This forced a punt. Garnet Valley with their turn. Nowhere going. That was their fourth down play. They were bold, went for it. Here Rustin is the following drive. Dropped by the receiver. They could not take advantage of Garnet Valley's failed fourth down conversion. So here Hamby is throwing incomplete. He had a receiver open down the middle. Chose to go to Guy. Few plays later, after a few short runs, Hamby goes back again and connects with John Rickey for the second time. This time it's a touchdown, making the score 13-0. The extra point was blocked. Here Rustin is running back, gets around the outside, breaks a few tackles, nice stiff arm, gets inside the 20-yard line. Big run for Rustin, down 13-0, looking for momentum. Quarterback takes another sack. Garnet Valley defense looking spectacular. The field goal was blocked. Garnet Valley with the big return on this got over the 50-yard line after a nice return, broke a few tackles, gets down around the 30-yard line. Great play by Garnet Valley. Now we do not have tape, but Garnet Valley did run in for a touchdown. This was a 2-point conversion, no good, making the score 19-0. Garnet Valley looking to run out the clock here, up 19-0. Rustin strips the ball from the running back while standing up, scores in for a touchdown. The extra point was good, making the score 19-7. Great win for Garnet Valley.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the, here comes the,
I was so hard-headed at first. My grandma didn't even believe in me. I kept going though. All I can say is I told you. Jury at the bank now in the vault. You should've never doubted me. I'ma work to my last breath. I'ma hustle to my last breath. Yeah, you should've never doubted me. The pain and the struggle followed me. My daddy never been that bothered me. And these cold streets made a man of me. Knew a time it'll come, they doubt me. Had to keep them OGs around me. Keep a young homie grounded. You never know where your motivation to come from. We do the most with these bras and pop shundun. They try to push you aside, you gotta fight some. I had a line on the thigh and then we buy guns. I want that number one spot, I'm like icon. I got that beast in my eyes, I'm like Tyson. With my heart and my drive, I know I'm righteous. Keep some ice on me, rocky like bad boy. Once you win, you gon' want more. Set a tree and need an encore. I was down on my last when I found myself. I be a fighter to the end, to my last breath. I got angels all around me, yeah. I got love all around me, yeah. I'll be a fighter to the end, to my last breath. I'ma hustle to my last breath. I got
a lot. I don't say a word. Was on my grind and now I got what I deserve. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. When I bought the ass tomorrow, y'all thought it was rented. Flexing on these, I'm like Popeye on the spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. Rose, the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type can the men cast and grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my new, she don't ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hands on my toes. Cause these want me dead, and I gotta make it back home. Cause my mama need that bill money, my son needs some milk. These try to take my life, they around, get killed. You around, you around, get smoked. Cause these Philly I pull with me, don't around, no joke. No, all I know is murder. When it come to me, I got young that's rolling, I got throwing bees. I done did the DOS, I done did the KODs. Every time I'm in that bitch, I get to throwing 30 G's. But now I'm hanging out that drop head, I'm riding down no collar. They let me earn back home, that young be wildin'. We young, we mobbin', like Batman or with Robin. This two-door Maybach with my seat on reclining. I don't live in my fears, I just swallow my tears. It ain't all in my head, life is just a nightmare. I don't care if you care, I just know it ain't fair. Ain't no time to prepare, life is just a nightmare. I don't live in my fears, I just swallow my tears. It ain't all in my head, life is just a nightmare. I don't care if you care, I just know it ain't fair. Ain't no time to prepare, life is just a nightmare. Push, you can run but you can't hide. Push, you can run but you can't hide. Push, you can run but you can't hide. You can run but you can't hide. Bro, my day, you gotta do it now. Hey, gotta stay on my grind, cause it's my time. If you with me, let me hear you say. This is what we've been waiting for right here, y'all. This moment right here. It's my time. Come on. Low slow. Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time. I don't even need a watch. I don't even see a clock. Soon as I walk in, it feel like me o'clock. Yeah, me o'clock. Every time my checks don't measure up and try to blame the Pyrex. I'ma do it bigger than a 5X. Can't ride with an L, so I don't drive Lex. Game so bickery, so full of trickery. Nursery, rhyming, hickory, dickory. The hood call it pickery. Biggie, Puffy, Buster, victory. Yes. Can't you worry about the past, cause that was yesterday. I'ma put it on the line, cause it's my time. Hey, hey, hey. Gotta stay on my grind, cause it's my time. My time, my time. If you with me, let me hear you say, if you with me, let me hear you say, it's my time. My time's more like fly.
AM, you know you're my favorite white boy, right? I owe you for this one.
I've been patiently waiting for a track to explode on. You get stunned if you want and your to get rolled on. It feels like my flow's been hot for so long. You thinking I'ma fall off, you're so wrong.
I'm innocent in my head, like a baby bone dead. Destination heaven, sitting politic with passengers from 9/11. The Lord's blessings leave me lyrically inclined. I ain't even got to try to shine. Guards and seamstress that tailor fitted my pain. I got scriptures in my brain, I can spit at your dame straight out the good book. Look, it's a shook. 50 fear no man, warrior. Swing swords like Conan. Picture me, pen in hand, write lines, knowing the source of quoted. When I die, they'll read this and say a genius wrote it. I grew up without my pops, that make me bitter. I cold cases, I cocked out this, that make me a quitter. In this white man's world, I'm similar to a squirrel, looking for with a nice butt to get a nut. If I get today, my phone will stop ringing again. These industry ain't friends, they know how to pretend.
Patiently waiting for a track to explode on. You get stunned if you want and your to get rolled on. It feels like my flow's been hot for so long. You thinking I'ma fall off, you're so wrong. Patiently waiting for a track to explode on. You get stunned if you want and your to get rolled on. It feels like my flow's been hot for so long. You thinking I'ma fall off, you're so wrong.
You've been patiently waiting to make it through all the hating, debating whether or not you can even weather the storm. As you lay on the table, they operating to save you. It's like an angel came to you, sent from the heavens above.
They think they're crazy, but they ain't crazy, let's face it. Basically, they just playing sick, they ain't saying 50 A to the K, get in the way, I bring Dre and them with me and turn this day into mayhem. You staying with me? Don't let me lose you, I'm not trying to confuse you. When I let loose with this and just do you a Zuzu.
Tonight they made the trek here because this group has a chance to do something that nobody in that group ever had a chance to do. This is the first time in 6A or 4A playoffs we have a chance to advance to a district final. We're one game away from doing it, and we don't have to do anything different than we've been doing. Don't go out there and try and make every play. Try and win every play. Do your job on each and every play, from the opening whistle to the end. And above all, no matter what, we stay together as one. Okay, above all, we stay together as one. Thank you guys for coming.
We've been going hard for too long. Can't get enough with a shoe on. Really ain't nothing I could drop that. Wake up in the morning, make it all back. It's nothing to get it poppin'. Wanna up and away. Here we go. Now Martin had a dream. I've been dreaming about gold. Tell him I just wanna shine and I gotta let it show. Show up on the scene, walk right through the door. Got it on repeat. It's my double up flow. Vibrate the whole building, name ringing through your phone. Waiting till them to the clear. Can you see me through the fog? Fall back, it could go all bad. We be going hard with your XO tic tac. Tacky muff must not be hip. Life is a but I bet I get that. We've been going hard for too long. Can't get enough for the shoe on. Really ain't nothing I could drop that. Wake up in the morning, make it all back. We've been going hard for too long. We've been going hard for too long.
makes life so interesting. The theory of evolution claims only the strong shall survive. Maybe so. Maybe so. But the theory of competition says just because they're the strong doesn't mean they can't get their asses kicked. That's right. See, what every long shot come from behind underdog will tell you is this. The other guy may in fact be the favorite. The odds may be stacked against you, fair enough. But what the odds don't know is this isn't a math test. This is a completely different kind of test. One where passion has a funny way of trumping logic. So before you step up to the starting line, before the whistle blows and the clock starts ticking, just remember, out here, the results don't always add up. No matter what the stats may say, and the experts may think, and the commentators may have predicted, when the race is on, all bets are off. Don't be surprised if somebody decides to flip the script and take a pass on yelling uncle. And then suddenly, as the old saying goes, we got ourselves a game.
I've paid my dues, time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my shells and kicks in my face, but I've come through. And I need to go on, 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 on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. I've taken my bows and my curtain calls. You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge before the whole human race, and I ain't gonna lose. And I need to go on, 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 on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. The champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. Oh, we are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions. I've paid my dues, Time after time, I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of sand kicked in my face, but I've come through. And I need to go on, 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 on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. I've taken my bows and my curtain calls. You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge before the whole human race, and I ain't gonna lose. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. The champions, my friends.
Upper Darby won the coin toss at the beginning of the game and deferred, so Garnet Valley will be kicking to Upper Darby here to start the third quarter. Penalties have hurt Upper Darby, both offensively and defensively. I think it gave Garnet Valley a couple of first downs, 3 first downs. Garnet Valley does not have a penalty. Jason Rose is about to kick off here in the third quarter, and a high pop-up taken at the 15. And by plan is kept over to the sideline and run out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. That's all right. Go ahead. Now. Moriarty comes running on late. And Upper Darby will put it in play at their own 34-yard line. Man in motion. Pass is complete. Down the sideline is Greer. And he steps out of bounds. Garnet Valley's cornerback on that side tried to make a quick pick, but missed, and Greer was off and running.
Upper Darby comes out in a no huddle. They look like they made some adjustments at halftime. They're, as Jerry likes to say, all they need to do is look how far off they're playing. Oh, that was designed.
Gooch around left end with plenty of blockers. And Upper Darby comes out here looking energized, Pat.
Yeah, nice long halftime rest, 20 minutes, and some coaching. They come out in the NASCAR.
They went offside.
Yeah.
Offsides, Upper Darby. The quarterback nudged the center forward.
He was ready to go before his center was, and he pushed him forward. And That'll
a lot
cost
of
them 5 yards.
Pre-snap penalties on Upper Darby.
Yep. Yeah, Jags need to stay disciplined. They did a nice job containing the edges of the Upper Darby offense in the first half.
2 wides, 2 splits,
Yeah,
and Gooch runs. And he runs to the outside and gets the first down and still running inside the Garnet Valley 25-yard line.
Yeah, they're just overloading that side. They're setting the edge, and Gooch with speed and elusiveness picking up some big plays here. Jags will need to adjust to this.
Quick pass to the outside with a blocker. A gain of only a couple. Nick Westberg on the tackle. Again, no huddle. Trips to this side. Gooch in the shotgun. Caron Davis, the running back beside him. Gooch keeps it himself. That ball was supposed to be handed off to Davis, I believe. And Davis was past him, so Gooch just carried it himself. Ball's at the 10.
Yeah, this is pretty well-designed stuff. I don't know if he's just reading this or...
Gooch tries to get to the outside and does. Westberg on the tackle.
Gooch
picked up 5.
Gets ahead of steam, and he delivers a blow when he's running into tacklers too.
Shotgun trips to this side. This is just the Gooch show.
Yeah.
Third down.
Oh,
Gooch is slow to get up. Third down and goal at the 5.
Josh Shiraki getting in there in the backfield underneath his offensive lineman and got Gooch in the backfield.
Gooch calling signals. Quick to the outside. Gets around the corner. He does not get around the corner. Fourth down.
He's not afraid to get hit, Gooch.
Gooch is 6 foot, 170. And he runs hard.
Yeah.
He's a triple threat. Ran for 106 yards last week and 70 yards passing.
It was a big play.
Pass to the outside, incomplete, and Garnet Valley takes over.
Wow.
They rushed all the way down the field with Gooch, and yep.
Yeah, he's walking off a little bit gingerly there, shaking up a couple plays ago. But Jags, they're going to need to find an answer for that pretty quick. Good.
Garnet Valley takes over at its own 3.
Good byproduct of that 2-platoon system. Allows those defensive coaches to get there with these guys and make an adjustment. That was scary.
Here comes Lassick. Gets to the outside.
Oh.
Flag way back behind the play.
Back
at the 5-yard line.
Shomo and Corboy were locked up over there. Gonna see what they call. It's going to be a personal foul against Upper Darby. Tack 15 onto an already good play. Gets the Jaguars instantly out of the hole and in decent field position. Very costly personal foul.
Lassick rushed for 15, and they tacked 15 on. Garnet Valley's out from the 3 to the 33 in one fell swoop. Hamby keeps it, picks up a couple. Pick up 3. It will be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, now you're seeing the Hamby keeper now.
Lassick wrapped up immediately. Oh, Hamby opted to keep holding on to the ball, which is probably a smart thing to do because guy was hit immediately.
Yeah, that's that mesh that they have to make. As we've said every year, the running back clamping down on that ball takes it like he's going to carry it, and the quarterback really has to wrestle it away if he wants to pull it out, and that's what happened there. But it became more of a tug of war than it should be.
3rd and 8. Second man is Guy. He gets out over the 40, but shy of the first down. Six-yard gain for Guy.
4th and 2.
4th and 2 in their own territory. Garnet Valley's going to go for it.
Yeah, you should
maybe try to get Upper Darby to jump off sides.
You should be here, and yeah. So you're going to make them burn a timeout because the Upper Darby coaching staff knows this was going to be a hard count, and they want to spend the time talking to their defense and tell them not to jump. But I think you might see the Jags come out with their kicking unit now. Oh, they're talking like they're going to go for it. I'm just saying hang out.
Lassick had 23 carries for 169 yards rushing last week, and Guy had 13 carries for 72 yards. Lassick had 2 TDs rushing.
Well, they're going to call the bluff.
See if they can get Upper Darby to jump off sides.
Commitment here.
Lassick gets the first down.
There you go.
Bursts through to the 49-yard line. An 8-yard gain off right tackle.
Gutsy call, good blocking up front. Rory Glacken checking in.
Lassick. Oh, loses the ball. Upper Darby recovers. Lassick had gotten inside the 45-yard line of Upper Darby, but the ball came out, and Upper Darby has recovered.
Yeah, he got punched from behind, which is a strip technique to knock the ball loose. And that hand came up and punched the ball forward. Upper Darby recovers.
Westberg, Rose, and Doherty are the deep
receiver.
The defensive backs on this play.
Way up top.
17 on an end around. Still fighting for yardage is Marson Wee, W-E-H.
Royals doing a good job of getting, I don't know if you call it a mismatch or an overmatch, out on the edges. They're line outnumbering the Garnet Valley defense when they're running those sweeps and the quarterback keepers.
Chain gang is having a problem.
Uh-oh. Conrad, get that figured out over there. Oh, they ran into it. That was the. I think when they were making the tackle on the sideline, it was. They tell you when you're working those chains, you got to just throw them down on the ground. I don't think they did. So they might have broken one of them. So we will. As they take care of the roadside assistance on the other side, we'll once again mention our game sponsor, the game of the week. Garnet Ford in Concordville, PA, Route 202. Buying, leasing, maintenance. Our man Rob Hayes has bought generations of cars there. Swears by him, as does Ron Hudacek, class of '83.
Gooch goes flying into his own bench, wipes out a couple of his players.
But you'll notice the guy with the chain threw it down very early on that play. He learned his lesson. Another official timeout.
The Upper Darby, there's an Upper Darby injured player or players where the quarterback Gooch went into a crowd of his own teammates on the sideline, and Gooch or his teammates are injured. Somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all on a knee over there. And that was Gooch himself. He's got to take a play off now. He gets up and he's walking. That's a good thing. But he'll have to sit out for a play on a key third down here. So see who the
backup is. Oh, right up the middle.
Oh.
Caron Davis carries up the middle and
he comes out.
Gets the first down.
He's got to hop off the field, number 5. Gooch comes back in. And Davis goes out.
Cut up the middle, nice run. That's Wee. Number 17. So this is Upper Darby's second nice drive of the second half.
Yeah, they're playing faster and they're playing with a little more purpose here. Gooch
took it right into the center of the line, and there was no hole. Moriarty was there. As well as Griffin Salas. Four DBs in now. Ball is high, incomplete, intended for Greer.
Gooch with a quick release there, kind of off the back foot. Quarterback coaches will tell you they have a tendency to sail when you do that. Yeah.
3rd and 9.
Except that one on the goal line down here.
Gooch, back to throw. Heavy pressure. And he goes down at the 25. The ball comes out. Oh, they're saying he was down.
There's
4th
Shiraki
and
in the
about
backfield
17.
again. Palace from the outside linebacker position, or the whip.
Fourth and 17. Gooch will do something. Fake handoff, throw down the middle, high, picked off by Garnet Valley. Cole Palace, number 6.
Yep.
He gets out to the 25-yard line.
He got it back to the line of scrimmage, which will save him the wrath of the coaching staff that would say, know what down it is and knock the ball down on 4th down unless you're got clear sail into the end zone. But no harm, no foul there. He got right back to where they would have gotten the ball anyway.
Pitch to Guy. Cuts it up inside, gets the first down, out over the 40. 17 yards for Danny Guy on that rush.
3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and Coach Boyd is beginning to move the options to the outside.
Austin Patton in the backfield, number 45.
There's the keeper.
Hamby picks up about 9. 8 yards.
Upper Darby's linebacker, core boy there, getting up a little slow. Or Tugiki, I mean.
Second man was
Patton.
Patton. No gain. Third and 1.5. Backwards. Hamby pushes backwards and gets the first down.
It's 3. Yeah.
Picked up 3.
Twice as much as he needed. And you got
two Upper Darby players are down. Oh, they were just.
Well, one of them looks.
A couple of guys nailing it.
Number 54 holding his shoulder or his elbow.
Eric Miller.
Something happened.
Daniel Snyder goes out as well. Timeout, Upper Darby. That is their second.
It's like Tugiki jumped up and called timeout. Uh-oh.
Not helping at all.
Well, the last time out there was 50 aquatic distributors out on the field, so maybe they're going in shifts now. Virginia Hayes is a rookie on the aquatic distribution team. But
she's goofing around like most Hayes do.
she is, yeah. She's on the sideline. She kept dropping the water bottles.
Well, watch her throw
Much-
the ball back and forth.
Much like her dad used to drop the footballs.
Always good for Hayes jokes.
That's where they got the term, hazing.
First and 10 for Garnet Valley at the Upper Darby 48-yard line. 1:40 left to go in the third quarter. Garnet Valley leads 22-6. Austin Patton picks up a couple.
And every Derek Corboy, number 51, very slow to get up this time.
Referee's
calls a
timeout.
timeout. And he's going to have
Poor
to come
boy
off,
will have to
I
go
would
off.
think. I don't know if they're getting the fatigue injuries or what, but it seems like every other play now there's a Upper Darby player that's on the ground.
Second and 9.
Minute and 17 left in the third quarter.
Garnet Valley leads 22-6. Guy just short of the first down. Inside the 40. Third and 1, a pickup of 6. Hamby gives off straight ahead to Guy. He gets the first down.
Jags just pounding away here in the third quarter.
Clock is stopped with 18 seconds left in the third quarter while they move the chains.
As Jerry predicted, they may have retired the passing game.
They very well may have. And they're going to let the clock run out.
Back to the who was it? Sid Luckman? Was that the forward pass?
We don't know what that is.
Pre-Sid, B-Sid.
I thought it was Sammy Ball.
Oh, maybe Slinging Sammy Ball.
Slinging
right?
Sammy Ball.
There she goes.
Oh, there's Virginia Hayes distributing aquatics. On the sideline as the fourth quarter gets set to begin. Jags still up 22-6. No scoring in the third quarter, although there's been plenty of action. Upper Darby, 2 pretty successful drives, but stalling. Once by virtue of failing on fourth down, the other by virtue of an interception on fourth down.
Garnet Valley will have the ball at the 38-yard line of Upper Darby. First and 10. Shout out to Cullen Mink, who is working at Ravenisi tonight. Thought he could tune in while the game was being played. Hamby keeps it himself. Gets inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line. pickup of 4.
Oh, man.
Hamby got hammered.
He did, right up around the helmet.
Yeah, he did not have the ball. Ball had been handed off to Guy. Guy picked up about 3. Picked up 2. It's third and about 3 or 4.
Some scores around the league, or around the district, I should say. Academy Park up on Unionville, 14-9, third quarter. I don't think he could. It was looked like he might have been trying to pull it out, but
Austin
thought
Patton
better of it.
was the ball carrier. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. It's 4th and 3 at the Upper Darby 32. Back to pass. Complete. Nice catch.
Oh, no.
Oh,
He got it
incomplete.
broken up. John Rickey.
John Rickey made a nice attempt, and it was broken up. He had his hands on it, but...
Yep, he was stretched out to make the catch, which he would have, but then the defender was able to get his hand in between before Rickey could pull it into his body, and ball ended up on the carpet. The other score of interest today in the Central League, Haverford leading Ridley. Tight game there, 13-7. 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Marple Newtown up 3 scores on Pencrest, 21-0, also in the third quarter.
Gooch hands off up the middle to Caron Davis, who just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Cade Brennan, number 75. Junior out there. Good basketball player.
Gooch hands off again to Davis. Davis gets back to the line of scrimmage and a little more. Previous possessions, Gooch was the primary runner himself. He got banged up a couple times. And
yeah, and it's a little different look there. Sometimes it's taken a little longer to develop, and Jags look like they did a nice job stringing that out and keeping the edge under control. Resulted in a short gain.
9:05 left to play. Garnet Valley up 22-6. Looked like a screen pass trying to be set up, but just a very strong play by Griffin Salas.
Griffin Salas, number 63, and Shiraki, number 53, from the inside positions of the defensive line, penetrated, but I think that's by design. And then the linebackers had the screen covered in the middle, so Gooch had really nowhere to go. And the two linemen teamed up for a sack.
Punt is away. It's a low line drive. Danny Guy calls a fair catch and makes it at the 45-yard line.
That's Cole Palace.
Oh, it's Cole Palace. Yeah. Guy wasn't even on the field. Garnet Valley takes over at the Upper Darby 45. 8:15 left to play in the game. Garnet Valley leads 22-6. Pitch out. To the outside comes Lassick, and he runs over the yard stripe.
Get call maintenance. There's a piece of turf that's sticking up on the 45-yard line. That took down
2.
Lassick.
Mahoney, number 66. Shomo, 69. Jake Early, number 71. Kyle McCullough, number 72. And Ndigwe, S.O. Ndigwe, number 73, have been doing a nice job of blocking up front throughout the evening. Look at that.
Oof.
Collision, and Hamby had the sense of mind to just hang on to it, and he found the first down.
Good recovery.
Gain of 7. Lassick was going to get gobbled up at the line of scrimmage, and instead Hamby picks up 7.
Upper Darby down to 1 timeout. Now you're really looking with 7 minutes left to go in this game. Jags can really take their time snapping every ball here, although they're going to get a penalty right now.
Time.
Had to call timeout. The play clock was down to 0. So Jags called timeout just because the clock was running down. They in the driver's seat here again tonight. They just take care of the football and get some small gains, a couple first downs, maybe a score here, and they can call it a night. But they don't want to make a turnover. They don't want to give up a big play to the Upper Darby defense and give them a chance to make this a one-possession game.
Garnet Valley has surrendered 2 interceptions and a fumble tonight. No penalties for Garnet Valley. Again,
yeah.
They had 1 last week.
But we could say both teams they've faced have had more than average amounts of penalties.
Yes. Upper Darby really crowding the line of scrimmage here, expecting the run, and they got the run.
Yep.
Little or no gain. Guy on the carry. Guy picked up a yard. If John Rickey can get a release down the middle. Timeout, Upper Darby, just as the ball was about to be snapped, their 3rd timeout of the half.
Wow. That's their 3rd timeout. I'm wondering why that was.
Number 52 was adamant about calling the timeout.
He did that. He called the 2nd timeout like that. I think he's going to hear about it over there from the coaches. I think he might have, he might have seen something that he didn't like. But when you're down 2 scores and you only have 1 timeout left, you got to really be judicious about when you use it. And I think that might have been the coaching lesson there for the moment, as he did not return. Oh, there he is. Now he's back. It took somebody off.
Garnet Valley has 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line of Upper Darby. Good pitch to the outside.
Oof. Nice job.
Good play by the defensive cornerback on that side. Nasir Greer.
Number 3, Nasir Greer, got under his block in a hurry and was right there to meet Lassick. So 3rd and long, but the clock runs. Under 6 minutes.
Pass. No, called draw by the quarterback. Gets to the outside and just short of the first down. Hit out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. He has to get to the 23.
Yeah, it's 4-down territory, though. Gets enough. If he didn't get any yards, they would have punted the ball away. He gets it down to 1 yard with it from the first down. Now you're at the Upper Darby 25. You go for it.
4th and less than a yard. So it's a 4th and less than a yard call.
Upper Darby doesn't jump.
Everybody on the line of scrimmage for Upper Darby. And
it's going to be close.
He's over the line.
Lassick is close.
See which linesman gets to spot it. Oh, there was a bad spot for Garnet Valley. They're going to look at it.
They're going to look at it, but
it doesn't look like he got it.
Not based on that spot.
It's
right just inside the 25-yard line, and
right on the stripe.
It's going to be about a ball length short.
If that, but it's. Although that's the chain that was Boak's. Maybe it's bent properly to. Yep. Tough spot
Upper Darby
for the Jags.
takes over on downs at its own 25-yard line. Garnet Valley leads 22-6. 5:28 left to play on the clock.
Upper Darby with no timeouts is going to have to make a big play here and score in a hurry and somehow try to get that ball back. They have shown signs of explosiveness, so do not count them out just yet.
Trips to this side. Gooch in the shotgun. Hands off straight underneath. Davis comes out to the 40-yard line. Pick up a 15.
They'll set the clock, set the ball, and the clock will wind. So
quick toss to this outside.
Oof, nice move. Oh, and he tackled him in zone. He's
Marsan Wee made a nice juke.
That was a good break for the Jags. Referee left the clock rolling on that one.
2nd and 2 at the 48-yard line. Gooch rolls to that side, gets to the outside, and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, they got good matchups in that formation that put a helmet on a helmet everywhere on the outside of the formation, and they're able to seal that edge, and Gooch has gained a lot of yards on that play tonight.
Here comes Davis.
Picked it out.
Nope, it's Wee. Tackled inbounds, but he picked up yardage to the Garnet Valley 30. We averaged 11 yards per carry last week. Here comes Gooch to the outside, uses his blockers well, and gets inside the 10 to about the 5.
Jags have no answer for that one tonight so far.
First and goal at the 7. Why wouldn't Gooch just roll this way this time? Trips to this side, and he is coming this way. Same play, and he's into the end zone.
Oh. So the Upper Darby does what they need to do. They scored very quickly. Now they have to go for 2 and convert. Otherwise, this will remain a 2-possession lead for the Jags.
2-point attempt. Gooch will carry. To this side, being tracked down from behind, but no, he gets into the end zone. And it's a 2-point conversion.
All right, well.
Gooch is indeed a dual threat.
Yeah, Upper Darby started that drive with a little over 5 minutes to go in this, so less than 2-minute drive, about 70 yards for that score that puts them within 1 possession of tying the Jags at 22.
Could we see an onside kick here? Or is 3:55 too soon to do that?
You could. It might be too soon. Without timeouts, it's a...
Well, Garnet Valley does have its hands team up front.
Yeah. Even though there's a number 75 out there.
Cade Brennan's but he's a basketball player,
He's a basketball player. Although I've seen some basketball players with some stone hands, but he's not one of them. Very athletic for a big guy.
Bewey is set to kick.
Well, it looks like
obvious. They were offsides, Upper Darby. And their need to get to the ball in a hurry once it was kicked, they got a head start.
Now, is that a dead ball foul? Or can you decline that in the... I guess you can, right? Because then as a kicking team, you're the defense, right? So if you're offside, they're going to make them kick again.
So they were kicking off from the 35.
You should be able to decline that. That's my new rule change. You should be able to decline that if a failed onside kick. Yeah, it's an advantage to the kicking team to be able to do it again.
Do it until you get it right.
Yeah. Although you're losing ground here, but he's almost offsides himself. They're offside again.
Garnet Valley recovers at about the 47-yard line.
Yeah, they had a guy there that was,
the kicker, was actually offsides.
Well, him, but the guy about 3 spots over, maybe number 3, Nazir, was about 3 yards offside.
Garnet Valley takes over at the at its own 47-yard line with 3:55 left to play.
3:55 to go. They Jags need 2 first downs.
Pitch to the outside. Here comes Lassick. He knows to stay in bounds.
Oh,
face mask. And not called.
Why is this guy
not called?
Wow.
He's inside Upper Darby territory at about the 47-yard line.
You think this back judge down here would have seen that?
Clock runs at 3:15. Hamby watches the play clock. Corboy makes the tackle.
Yeah. Upper Darby riding a wave of adrenaline and momentum here.
Third and about 4.
They know what they need to do.
At the 41, or at the 46.
Jags doing a nice job controlling the tempo here now as we get under 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Hamby will watch the play clock. It's down to 3.
Oh.
Keeps it himself and loses yardage back to midfield.
Key play there. The Jags do not convert. Hamby turned around looking for a handoff. I don't know who turned the wrong way or who went the wrong way, but a little just untimely error there. And the Jags are going to have to give this newly revived offense the ball back and about a minute and a half to do something.
Greer and we are deep. They'll milk the clock, 20 seconds. It's down to 1:40. Play clock at 10.
Yeah,
game clock down to 1:30. And Garnet Valley calls timeout.
Garnet Valley calls timeout. Garnet Valley got a little break there because that 25-second clock sat at 25 for quite a while the game clock was still running. And the Upper Darby defense was asking the referee, but he just pointed down at the clock when it started clicking and said, "That's what you're watching." Advantage Jaguars on that one.
Upper Darby has no remaining timeouts. No timeouts remain.
If Upper Darby, they've got a lot of speed on the edges of this thing. If there's going to be a chance where you want to go get the punt here, this might be one of them. I would imagine Rose is being instructed not to kick the ball anywhere inbounds.
Snapper is Jake Morin. Punter is Jason Rose. Rose standing inside the 40 at about the 37 to take the snap.
If I was Garnet Valley, I'd be in the tight split formation here for this punt.
Officials doing a lot of traveling around.
They're going to put a little time on the clock? No.
There's 5 seconds on the clock,
I think so. Yeah, Upper Darby made their case to the referees, and looks like they're going to get.
They didn't change the time on the clock. Are they still waiting for that to occur?
They're waiting for it to change.
He's giving them 10 seconds.
10 seconds?
129. They gave him 6 seconds.
6
All
seconds.
right. 129.
That's about right.
Snap is good. Punt is away.
Ooh.
Rose kicks it to Wee. Wee takes it at the 5. Tries to get upfield and does. Up the middle.
Oh, boy.
He is fast. And he could go. Jason Rose gets him.
Wow.
But Upper Darby is in great field position with 1:11 left to play. We took that punt at the 5, at his own 5, and brought it back to the Garnet Valley 40.
Caught it over his shoulder, like Willie Mays, and found a hole and just took off.
I think we're going to see a lot of Gooch rushing the ball. They tackled him inbounds, no timeouts. Josh Gooch was brought down after a gain of about 1.
Under a minute left now, and the clock still runs. Upper Darby needs to be moving a little quicker than this. They're arguing about what to do. They want to kill the clock, but the clock runs.
Gooch rolls right, looking to throw. He's being harassed, and he is tackled deep in his own backfield.
No timeouts. If he spikes the ball here, it'll be 4th down.
Zach Schenkel makes the tackle. It's 3rd and about 16. Spike the ball. Look, yet Upper Darby seemed to be moving on the play.
Yeah, they kind of lost their composure there, and that it's tough with no timeouts. The coaches burned one very early, and then their defense burned a couple with way too early. So they losing their composure and arguing amongst themselves a little bit about how to manage the clock out on the field, and then they get a penalty on top of that. That was probably advantageous to them, though, because if he successfully spiked the football, it would have been 4th down.
I don't know how the coaches on that side did a time, like they literally had a timeout. They went on the field and talked to him.
Yeah.
That's what
It looked like it.
That's what these coaches were talking about.
They still haven't marked off the yardage.
Yeah, but
oh, they declined the penalty, so it's 4th down. They declined the penalty.
Can you decline it? I guess it was illegal motion, so it wasn't.
Last play right here.
Yeah.
13 seconds. Upper Darby needs 47 yards. He throws down the middle. Caught. Tackled right at the 20-yard line.
2 seconds left.
With 2 seconds left, but they're going to wind the clock. There's no way.
Greer lays down like he's hurt. He stood up. He stood up and then said, "Ooh, I guess I'm hurt."
I think they wind the clock on something like that.
They didn't. Now they went off sides. It's 0.1 seconds. The game's over. The game should be over, right?
I don't know. I mean, false start is usually a dead ball foul, but there should be a runoff because we're inside.
This is bewildering, and it's the officials. It's in the hands of the officials, and they huddle. and now they call the game over, I believe. Garnet Valley.
I think there's a runoff. There's a runoff of the clock. The clock showed 0. So the Jags escape here.
Yeah, they did escape. 22-14.
The referees are still talking. Upper Darby hasn't lined up to shake hands. They're declining the penalty, and they're calling the game. But the coaches want to talk about it. They're holding off. This is one of the strangest things I've seen. Where's this guy going?
Josh Gooch did it all for Upper Darby tonight on offense.
In the second half.
Yep.
I mean,
walking off.
He took over.
The officials are talking again because the Upper Darby coach said something. Now the officials are huddling again.
I know that if you're on defense and you commit a penalty with less than 2 minutes left, there's a runoff.
Coaches for both
clock.
staffs are on the field saying what is going on. The officials are huddling to decide what is going on.
I'm so confused.
Mike Ricky is getting together with Rich Gentili over at about the 25-yard line so that Mike understands what Rich is.
Even if there's like 0.2 of a second left, they're not going to be able to snap in time. You know, it's just.
So the 2
seconds when they were.
Well, if they in fact called it a dead ball foul, then the clock wouldn't start until the ball was snapped.
The two head coaches are standing side by side. The officials now are huddling around the coaches to try to explain to them whatever rationale they have for whatever they're going to do. Whether the game's over.
He's talking to the Upper Darby coach. So
does anybody?
Mike's right there with him.
Yeah, but he's talking to the Upper Darby coach.
This is when we need to have our coaches mic'd up.
Well, I'll tell you what, they better put 4 guys across if they come out and play this.
Yeah. There's some reaction from the Upper Darby assistant coaches that are listening in. So it appears as though it's not going
No,
their
not
way.
at this point. They took the. They
They have it on the 20 by the clock.
The chains are on the ground on the other side.
Yeah, he did catch it at the 20.
Now the Upper Darby defense looks like they're rolling over to.
Yeah, it's
Coach Gentile adamantly making a case here. And the Garnet Valley Fifth Quarter Club is rolling the 25 seconds.
There goes the play clock down the center of the field.
Is that Bill?
Yes.
He's cleaning up. I wouldn't be surprised if they turn the lights off. 0.0 seconds.
No, you gotta give Upper Darby a lot of credit.
Oh yeah, I mean however this shakes out, I mean I'll be very surprised if they put these two teams back on the field now, but give them a lot of credit for really showing up for the second half, coming out, and really the Jaguar defense had no answer for Gooch. They were outnumbered on the edges, it seemed, and they were very quick to get there. So pursuit from the backside wasn't there unless there was a really strung out play, and then they were able to get that kind of heat. But so the Jaguars will be kind of lucky that this clock ran out.
The officials
But we still don't know.
The officials still aren't convinced because they're still talking to each other.
Yeah,
Mike Ricky and Rich Gentili are having a discussion. I don't know that it's heated.
This is when we need our own version
beyond
of
the 30. The officials are huddled again at the 20, and
you buy the hamburgers, I'll buy the hot dogs.
And
now I got
both.
I got the pretzels. You got the.
Both of the play clocks have been turned off. There are kids on the field throwing Nerf footballs. The
crowd has
This is when we need our own version of Mike Pereira.
Yes.
A retired official to be up here to explain the rule to us here.
Garnet Valley players are lined up for the ceremonial handshake after the game, and Upper Darby is not.
All right, well, that makes it official. Jerry's leaving.
Dr. Casper was halfway down the steps.
I had over 100 yards.
If the announcer leaves, the game's over. That's right.
Guy had over 100 yards.
And Lassick was close to 100.
Lassick was close to 100. And Elvis has left the building.
This one's still.
There are no people. Well, maybe 20 people on the Upper Darby stands.
This extra footage being brought to you by our sponsor of the week, Garnet Ford. I hope they're still watching to see how this ends. Route 202. Rob Hayes just purchased a Ford Edge.
Yes, it's fabulous.
It's fabulous, he says. No complaints.
The buying experience was excellent. No pressure at all.
The referee is coming over again.
Once again will walk to the two head coaches and try to explain.
Here's what we're going to do. Oh. Upper Darby appears to be happy with this. It looks like they're going to give him one more shot. Oh, boy.
Unbelievable.
Get Jerry back up here.
And the photographers come
public
off
address announcer has left the building. Although there's no way he could explain what this is about.
Stay tuned, folks.
Unless an official comes up to the booth and tells us what the hell just happened, we don't know.
Make sure you have 11 on the field.
There is no time on the clock, and yet a play is going to be run.
Yeah.
Gooch will roll right. They have 4 wide receivers to that side. What is
Jaguars called timeout. Garnet Valley had a timeout left. This is going to benefit both teams here. They're going to give them a play. Joe, how many people do we still have with us?
There is no time on the clock.
100 we gained.
The officials
word is being spread throughout the region, and people are tuning in for this extra coverage.
People who left and are on the road.
If people putting it on their phones that left just to see if there's a final score, but if you missed it, if you're in the parking lot and you're pulling it up on your phone, after about 10 minutes of discussion, the referees decided to give Upper Darby one more offensive
play beyond the game clock. 4 wide receivers to the right, 1 spread wide left. Gooch, the only man in the backfield, but he has been all over the field tonight. He's looking to throw. He lofts one deep into the corner, and it is incomplete. The game is over.
Well, I guess the reassuring news there is that the Jags ended on a decent defensive play after allowing this team to come back into this game in the second half. Was all. Jags didn't score again, but the Upper Darby Royals behind the quarterback Gooch really made a game out of this, made it very exciting at the end.
Sure did.
So the Jags, in inauspicious fashion, go to 2-0. The Royals go to 1-1, and Jags will probably need to put a better effort together next week against
Ridley,
perennial rival, Central League rival, the Ridley Green Raiders. That game is at Ridley. We are planning on being there and being allowed to broadcast from the from Phil Marion Stadium. So I think I've had enough. So
yeah, we're beyond the regular day.
Yeah. So thanks everybody. Thanks again, Joe. Good halftime show, and Billy Vinci, good work with the camera. Rob Hayes, good work on the tech. Jerry Montella, good work spotting. Don, outstanding as usual.
Thank you, Pat.
And
good job.
We will catch you next week, same time
at Ridley.
Good night,
From
everybody.
Mo to Frank Field. Good night, everyone.